What's good, everybody? It's your boy 313 JMO with the DSA post-game show for the Lions versus the Saints game. Lions fall to the Saints 35-29. A very seesaw type game. You know we got a full panel. We got a lot of opinions, but it is what it is out here. I just want to start this off by saying Fireman Patricia, and if you don't believe that, you should leave this stream. But anyway, we're gonna start with the people in the panel, man. I got my man Jim Bordeaux Lions on the prowl in the building. What's good?
Yo, nothing. There's nothing good right now, man.
All right, what up though, Drew?
Oh man, what's going on, guys?
What's good? All right, OMG, man, what up though?
Man, a whole bunch of bad shit. Let's get to it.
All right, man, let's keep it clean though. Right or wrong?
Did you call me? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot good going on, but I'm just gonna reemphasize what you said. Fire Matt Patricia.
All right, man. Luke G, what's good?
Hey, man, listen, it's still football Sunday. We just had a Sunday's game. Listen, people, there's still a lot of football left to be played. Y'all gonna be shocked at my take on today's game.
Look, man, I'm gonna shout out some people in the chat. Let's see, we got Big Mike, we got Ghost Gunner, we got You Can Call Me Funk, Cal Woo, what's good, Cal? Mundo in the building, Boog Spray, Troy Thibodeau, Mr. 86, Joey Kappas. Make sure you guys like the video. Like I said, I don't got much to say from this game, so I'm gonna just start this off because my thoughts from this game. Simple as this, man. Look, the defense is terrible, and it seems like the more the defense gets chopped up, the more pressure our offense feels, and the more the offense just start doing stupid stuff. And like it's like once the pressure is on, now they start taking haymakers and gambles and stop running the football. But all I'm gonna say is the Saints, there's no excuse. Win or lose in this game, win or lose. There's no excuse for any football team to ever score on 5 straight possessions, all touchdowns. No excuse at all. This defense is probably some of the worst defense I've ever seen. The game, like, I don't know, Darrell Bevel, like, he keeps calling quarterback keepers like we got Lamar Jackson or something. Like, why are you calling quarterback keepers, bro? Offense doing great. Offense doing great. Why the hell are you calling quarterback keepers? Like, our offense was clicking on all cylinders, and Stafford still overcame that in the first quarter. He overcame Bevel's shit play calling, and like he sees Bevel seeing Stafford scramble on the first drive, was like, oh, he mobile today. Let me call a quarterback keeper. Like, I'm serious. Nothing pissed me off more in this game than that damn quarterback keeper. Y'all, like, I'm telling you, one thing that pissed me off is that damn quarterback keeper, bro. Why are you doing it? But besides that, like I said, defense was terrible. Like, you got cooked by the 3rd and 4th and 5th string receivers looking like mincemeat. Matt Patricia is exposed once again. The offense was inconsistent as usual. Matthew Stafford, inconsistent like he's been all year. But at the end of the day, man, the Lions lose. Hopefully, Patricia is fired. I don't really have much to say, man. Like I told you guys, I'm going to just watch the games. I told you it was a 50-50 game. We lost by 6 technically. But end of the day, I want to say this. Our defense has talent on it, but Matt Patricia is a terrible defensive coach. Corey Underland is just as garbage. I'm not even going to excuse him. He's garbage too. Like, whatever. Y'all all suck. But all right, man. Silver lining. At least we didn't get 50 put on us by the Browns. All right.
Fair enough. That's a fair point.
Like, I swear, man, the only difference between us and the Cowboys is the Cowboys is famous. We equally failed consistently for the last 10 years, and our fans consistently believe we're going to be something. And we can keep failing. It's just hilarious to me. But all right, Jim, what's your thoughts on this Saints game, Lions game?
Number one, I thought Stafford played an awful game. I think he underthrew too many, overthrew. Just he didn't look comfortable at all. I don't know why. What's going on with him, whether he's injured or whatever. The defense is what it is. I mean, you can't give up 35 straight points. and not be able to stop the run at all. It's just an awful performance. I think Quinn, Patricia, and the whole coaching staff need to be fired in the bye week. I do. I don't think there's any excuse for this anymore. And I know Luke wants to keep them until the end of the year, but you got to make a statement now to say, we just can't put up with the losing anymore. We just can't put up with it. So that's my takeaway from this game is, we kept it close because New Orleans just stopped scoring. They didn't care anymore. They were just trying to run the clock.
Yeah.
It's the only reason we came back. They decided not to do it anymore.
They got bored.
It just hurts me to see how hard our defense want to play when the game is clearly over.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But I remember I said that in the pregame our receivers were gonna have to kill these backup DBs, and they didn't do it. So it's bad on both sides. Our DBs got cooked by backups, and our receivers look like scrubs.
When our receivers were open, Stafford missed them by a mile.
How often were they open?
I would say in the end zone.
In the end zone. Hawkinson was open in the end zone.
Yep.
I'm sure there were a couple more that Stafford missed.
Yep.
Stafford could have had 5 or 6 touchdowns today.
Marvin Jones threw over his head,
and it wouldn't have been close.
Yep.
And all
Marvin
right,
Hall
Drew,
in the end zone was wide open.
Hey,
That's what.
Okay.
All right, Drew, man. What's your thoughts on this game?
This is one of the most depressing performances I've seen in a minute. I mean, look, I got Michael Thomas in fantasy. I was pulling for him to play. When I seen that he was going to be out, I was like, all right, we got a shot. All we got to do is literally just stack the box and limit them running the football. And then what do? Emmanuel Sanders almost gets 100 yards receiving against us. Kamara had 83 yards. Latavius Murray had 64 yards and 2 TDs. We couldn't stop anybody. Half the guys that Drew Brees was throwing the ball to, I've never even heard of before. And they're over here catching everything wide open, breaking tackles. I can't tell you how many missed tackles I've seen today where we should have stopped the play, and instead they gained an extra 6 to 8 yards on it. It was ridiculous. We had no answer for them. They only punted the ball twice, and that was at the end of the game where it didn't even matter. That is beyond disappointing, embarrassing. If you stack the box, limit the run, blitz Drew Brees, which a couple times we got pressure on Drew Brees, but then all of a sudden it just stopped. It doesn't make sense. Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you just let him sit back there all day, find his receivers, and then when they hit him, you're not tackling them. And then you just let Latavius Murray and Kamara just bully you. It's embarrassing. All these players, I don't know how they can hang their heads too high on this one. This was just a bad game, top to bottom. Offensively, what do? We get a couple good runs from Swift. We stopped giving him the ball. He only had 4 carries. Carry-on only had 3. AP had 11, which I'm not mad at. He had a touchdown. That was a monster run by him. But Swift was averaging 5.5 per carry, only carried it 4 times. Look, I mean, how many times do we have to come on here and say, run the damn ball? Run the damn ball. We got dominated on time of possession because what we were doing, passing, which is good and all. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback, but yeah, he had 3 touchdowns, but he really wasn't accurate today. And what do you have to do in those games where he's not feeling it like that? Run the ball, protect the lead. Up 14-7 after 1, what do? Give up 21 in the second quarter with no response from us. Give up 7 in the third before we come back and answer. Unacceptable. How many times is this guy going to get a chance to blow a lead? It's getting to the point where, I already know what's going to happen. I turned the game on late. We're up 7. I'm like, all right, here we go. Just in time for us to blow the lead. We scored one more. I'm like, all right, maybe not. There we go. Just like that, blew the lead like it wasn't even there. It is embarrassing. I can't watch this team anymore. I don't know how people can sit here and defend Patricia. It doesn't. I don't know.
He said, "How many more times we gonna blow a lead?" I just had to laugh because, it's like in a domestic rivalry relationship, how many times you gonna get beat up before you saying it's time to leave? But we got Bravo. Hey, that's the relationship we in right now. That's why I told y'all I had to find another team, that's better for me and treats me right. Bravo. This is like Luke said, it's 32 teams, y'all. Just pick an NFC team, have an AFC team.
I'm just saying, it's 32.
That way it works. Hey, man, I only gonna have one team in the NFC though, the Lions. But We got Bravo. I don't know much about football, but was writing in a prediction. It ain't hard to predict the Saints beating us. But I mean, in that fashion though, I don't think any of us would have thought that the Saints would have scored 5 straight times to win the game. But all right, OMG, man, what's your thoughts on this game?
Man, let me just woo side real quick. And
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm about to for because it wasn't good. Like only person who's excused from this is Matt Prater. That's the only person.
The punter did pretty good.
That's the only person. Okay, so let's just start off by saying that defense was like that was junior college defense right there. We gave up 35 straight points. Like, I mean, yeah, there was a drive here and there, but I mean, in all, 35 unanswered. Like, that's comical. That's comical. When your number 1 receiver is down, your number 2 receiver, which is your tight end, is down. You out there making Traquan Smith look like an all-star. Traquan Smith was a Pro Bowl player today. And it just is like, man, like we really couldn't stop the 3rd and 4th and 5th receivers. Like we really was having Emmanuel Sanders had his breakout game today. Like, how come everybody gotta have a breakout game against the Lions? You ever notice that? People be in a lull. He hasn't been doing good all season. Then he has a breakout game against the Lions, though, right? Every single game, that player come alive against the Lions. And just the defense is horrible, man. Like, I don't even know why they was out there, for real. Like, they might as well have just been on the bench. Like, y'all can just go and do what y'all want to do and just hit us up when y'all ready to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was horrible, man. And then I don't care how much y'all be trying to defend him. Matt Stafford got to go too. He got to go. Look, him, Quinn, and Patricia need to huddle up and get the hell up out of here. Cause look, for real, I don't care what nobody say. The Stafford. He shut up. Stop with the excuses. Matt Stafford always plays bad at the wrong dang time when you don't need it. Like, when you don't need it, when you like, okay, one bright spot on the Lions is Matt Stafford, and then I would have been happier with a rookie quarterback out there today. If you want to hold on to the ball, take ill-advised sacks, you want to force throws, you want to overthrow people, that's the same thing a rookie quarterback would have did, not a 12-year veteran and the quote-unquote savior of your franchise, the $100 million man. Like, come on, man, really, because Fitzpatrick was look way better than that. You know what I'm saying? So that just irritated the mess out of me, man. Was just looking at him struggle in that 2nd and 3rd quarter, man. Just looking like you do the same thing every game. You come out good. The middle of the game, you lay an egg, and then you come out the end of the game, and then you want to start completing stuff and moving the champ. Like, you do the same thing. The same garbage time, Pat Stafford BS that he do every single game is what he did today. Except for it looked worse because he wasn't even on time today. He just managed to get some stuff, man. And that just irritate the hell out of me, man. Like, they all got to go. Everybody. Like, there's nobody who's safe from anything except for Matt Prater and Adrian Peterson. Because Adrian Peterson he can't be knocked because he didn't get used. Like, I understand that they're using DeAndre Swift more, but Adrian Peterson didn't even get the ball that many times. So it's like, I don't even know what they was doing with the coaches. Look, they all need to go. They all need to go and hop on the school bus, hop on the Greyhound or whatever, and they all just need to get up out of town, man. Bye week. See y'all later. Take Matt with y'all.
Okay.
The end.
Okay. I just got a question for you, OMG.
Yeah.
If Stafford plays out of his mind, do we win today? or do the defense give up 50?
Yes, I think we
No,
have
we
a
don't,
chance.
because
I
I
think
why
yeah,
I
I'm gonna
know
tell you
no
why.
no we don't.
I'm
No,
gonna tell
I'm
you
gonna tell
why.
you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
tell
tell
you.
you
No, I'm
why
gonna tell you
not.
right now.
I'm gonna tell you
No,
why
okay.
not.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna
all
tell
right,
you
all
why
right.
not. The Kansas City game. Don't matter how well Stafford play if your defense suck. But that I definitely came
Stafford
into
didn't
this
play well
game.
that Kansas City game.
I
Stafford
definitely
did not. He did
okay.
not play well the Kansas City game. He had a fumble.
Yeah, real
That
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Look.
call a spade a
I
spade.
said
He
coming
listen.
into this game, he definitely played great in that game. Stop it. I came into this game saying offense was
Okay.
gonna have to win us this game, and they definitely couldn't. But I don't think defense, like just what Jim said, the Saints didn't stop scoring because they wanted to. They just stopped scoring. Like
Right.
the Saints could have kept scoring. I like when you score on 5 straight possessions, it ain't nothing nobody can do about that.
The defense was god awful. I'll admit the
Like,
defense was
God
horrible. They shouldn't even
Like
have came to
Stafford
play
was bad
today.
too, but when you score
But
on
the
5
thing
straight
is,
possessions, there's nothing you can do about scoring on 5 straight possessions. Ain't
forget the
nothing you can
missed
do with that.
throws. Right. No, I agree. I totally agree 100%. But forget the missed throws. Okay, it was the force to Jesse James that he actually caught it. That okay, we're like, whoo, he almost threw an interception, and then he come right back.
OMG.
Yeah.
That wasn't no force. He was trying to throw the ball out of bounds. He was trying to throw the ball out of bounds, and it came up short. That was not no force. He was trying to throw it out, and it came up short because it came up short, and Jesse James reeled it in. That was not a force.
That's even worse.
Now he forced it. He forced it to Kenny Galladay.
I definitely thought he was throwing the ball away. To be honest with you, on the
Jesse James
play, he was trying to throw the ball
away.
I'm like, ain't nobody open. He throwing the ball away. All of a sudden, Jesse James. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, but no,
okay.
definitely on that play.
How does your rocket arm quarterback try to throw the ball away? Please let me know that.
Hey man, it happens.
Okay, and then too, the thing that he did that was so messed up was he forced another. So let's say he didn't force it. Then he forces the same type of pass to T.J. Hawkinson, and it gets picked off. It's like, man, like for real, like that momentum that at the time could have been a momentum shifter, and it wasn't. For us, anyways, like that could have shifted the momentum of the whole thing. That could have stopped everything. It could have halted the whole game in its tracks, and New Orleans didn't have that momentum. But instead, he helped build the momentum. Hold on.
I just found out something that hurts my soul. The Lions have had a lead in all 4 games this season. Like that's something we all know, but until you hear it, you don't realize how terrible it is. We've had a touchdown lead in every single. Oh man,
we've had a double-digit lead in every game.
Oh man, that hurts. But let's move on. Ryder, man, thoughts from this game, man. Wow.
So I have 2 takes on this. So my first take is going to be the negative, and then I'm going to look to take away a couple positives. So y'all remember last week when we won the game, and Adrian Peterson got 20 carries, and the defense got 3 turnovers. So the coaches took that and said, yeah, that worked, but I don't like that no more. And they threw it away.
Yep.
Like I don't understand that. Like why do you take what works and then not use it again? Like I don't understand why they do that. And you could say some players need to make plays. You could say Stafford should have played better, but Stafford was not the reason we lost that game. Like in my opinion, yeah, he could have played better. He could have thrown for 4 or 5, 6 touchdowns, but Stafford was not the reason we lost that game. I think he didn't play great, but again, 3 touchdowns is, good enough. I thought the offensive line played okay. Yeah, I think, Stafford actually was responsible for all those sacks. I think Stafford stepped up in all 3, and all 3 of those were avoidable by Stafford, but I thought the offensive line played better. I thought they played okay. Jack Flex is still a monster. Averaged 54.3 yards a punt today, which is still first in the NFL because he's an animal. He's going to win MVP for this team. Romeo Okwara looked good. Yeah, I'm on this punter hype train. I swear.
Listen, but it's just crazy when you say the punter is going to be the MVP of the team.
Watch it happen. Promise.
That's because no one else wants it.
Exactly. Romeo Okwara looked good today. Yeah, he should have had 2 sacks. He was the only one getting pressure, really. Those are really my only takeaway. Like my only positives. Romeo Okwara looked okay. Our punting is elite. and the offensive line looked better, and that was about it. Again, negatives, the play calling is horrible. The coaching staff is horrible. Stafford didn't look great. The running game didn't look – I mean, the running game looked okay when we used it, but, again, it doesn't count if we don't use it. The game was much closer than it was, or looked much closer than it actually was. There's no – in my mind, this was not a 35-29 game. This was a 35-14 game. The Lions scored in garbage time pretty much, and it wasn't that close. And I think the only reason they went for it on that 2-point conversion is because Sheila came up to Matt Patricia and she said, if you lose by more than 7 more, if you lose by 7 or more, you're fired. So he lost by 6 instead. And that's about all I got right now.
Hey man, let's just hope that Patricia is fired, man. That Patricia fire sleep will hit way better than the Lions got to win sleep. I'm telling you. Like, that Lions got a win sleep here real good, but that Patricia fire sleep, oh man, bro,
I might miss the line for work in the morning.
That's going to hit, man. We gonna be like, hey, we gonna get some first round picks. Like, hey, let's go. But Luke, man, what's your thoughts on this game?
All right, again, listen, to everybody in the chat, please hit that like button. You know, make sure you hit that like button. Y'all not gonna like my take, but I'm only going to give it to you the way I saw it. First, I'm start off with the positive. There were two. How many positives? 2. First one, I actually like what I saw from the defense. I truly did. I thought what the defense was and what they was doing was appropriate, and I like what I saw from the defense. The second positive was Matt Patricia did not lose this game. I know that's going to blow your head. I'm still on the fire the Patricia train. However, Matt Patricia did not lose this game. So let me get to the negatives, because now that's going to explain my 2 positives. The Detroit Lions defense were set up to win. However, there were 3 major components that bothered me the most. First one being, 1, the poor offensive coordinator play calling. Cannot happen. It does not make sense. Here go a fun fact for you. The Detroit Lions ran the ball 9 times. 9 times in the first half compared to the 22 times that the Saints ran it. Of those 9 times that they ran it, 2 were quarterback. Well, 1 was a quarterback keeper, and 1 was a quarterback scramble for a total of 13 yards. So 9 carries for 38 yards. Take 13 from that. That's 25 yards on 7 carries. 25 yards on 7 carries. Cannot happen in a game where you're up 14-0. All right. Now, the second major key point that jumped out to me was the absolute disgusting, most downright poor execution from players. You literally can play circus music to the number of missed tackles we had today, to the number of missed sacks we had today, the number of missed interceptions we had today. These players played like hot garbage. One, that they weren't in the right position, they just played like hot trash. That was the second major part of it, that there was poor player execution. Now, this is the only thing that I'm going to put on Patricia, and I'm going to put with Corey Underlin. Poor, crappy, terrible personnel decisions. Why was Jared Davis not out there? Anybody with their right mind can see they had no will to get away from the run. I'm watching people like Jamie Collins have a hard time get off blocks. Christian Jones struggling for life. Reggie Ragland struggling for life. Jelani Tavai missing tackles. I mean, where was the personnel people at? I keep saying that we got to put our best players out there, but what do? We keep putting out everything but our best players. Here go Kurtz missing all the bit of the first 3 weeks, and he gets in today and gets significantly a number of snaps. More so than the guy in Davis who should have been out there for this particular thing. I don't want to hear about who can't cover. Did you see Amani get beat by Kamara? That's a quarterback on a running back. Running backs beat linebackers, especially on wheel routes. It just happens. But those 3 key factors were the major parts. Now, I'm going to jump over to Stafford. Stafford has been hot garbage for the whole entire season. Anybody want to challenge me? You want to show me stats? I'll show you film. You want to tell me that he ain't the problem? He's part of it, especially this season. He's part of it because I'm watching him literally run into sacks. And I'm not talking about just being funny. Like, I physically watched him run into a sack. I'm watching him try to throw the ball away, and thank God that Jesse James is 6'7", because his throwaway would have been an interception had that man not jumped over and took it away from him. I'm watching him make other mistakes. We got bailed out with some penalties that I thought was absolutely horrible. They went in our favor. That went in our favor to even keep our drives alive. Poor play calling, poor personnel decisions, and poor execution from the players. Which brings me to my next point. Where the hell was Jeff Okuda? All I heard last week was release Hefe. Release him. Let Hefe out. Who the hell was Hefe going against today? Who? Who was he going against today? You didn't break it nobody big time. You went against somebody less big time. And where was your name at? Where were you? What did you do? What happened? Where's the rookie? Why we keep putting goddamn Tracy Walker in the box? These are decisions that are being overlooked piece by piece. So when I tell you, that at the end of the day, that a lot of stuff is there. Like, look, Don Burr says, Luke saying Jerry Davis is your best player is saying what? Davis trash, bro. Listen, if Davis so trash, I'll show you the video, just Davis downs, every down on the run. Where he was in the game, they didn't do so well in the run. When they took him out, they was getting gashed. So even if you want to say he trash, at best, he's Steven Tulloch because he can play the hell out of the goddamn run. This is just the facts. All the runs didn't go outside. They was carrying people. Alvin Kamara looked like Derrick Henry up the middle. And that's with Reggie Ragland and Christian Jones and Jamie Collins right there. The only thing I'm putting out there is this. Poor. It says, wait, so is execution at fault? I said that. I said poor execution is at fault. But I said personnel decisions are at fault too. Your best run defender at linebacker was not out there. The other guys, poor tackling, poor everything. I said that this wasn't even a Patricia loss. All I'm pointing out to y'all is this. The Lions cannot fire Matt Patricia right now. Everything that y'all want, just let this season play out. You'll get it. But if you fire him right now, you're not going to get the new head coach that you want because they're going to rattle off some wins. You're not going to get the draft picks that you want. And even if they do rattle off some wins with Patricia, it's still okay because even if you do it, you're still going to get the new head coach and all the new stuff. But what you'll have is you don't have to make the decision hard for the Force to be like, well, this guy came in and kept winning. We're going to keep him. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of things wrong with this game. I can go on. I got way more notes than this, but I want you to remember this. 7 carries, 25 yards, 9 total carries, 38 yards in the first half. I took the 2 carries out and the 13 yards from Matthew Stafford to give us our number. They just ran the ball down our throat. And it's the same thing that could have happened with the Cardinals, but I knew that the Cardinals was trying to use more so of the quarterback to decide on when they want to run, and I felt like let them pass, we could win. This was a week where we should have got pressure on the quarterback. We did. They just decided to go away from the quarterback and save the quarterback, and they ran the ball down our throat. That's all I'm gonna get for right now. But that's my rant.
Yeah, I don't know how the defense wasn't a problem today, but expect Luke to say something completely crazy.
Listen, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy because you see the score going up, but at the end of the day,
watching the game.
At the end of, listen, the offense are not sustaining drives. That's one. 2, they did enough to put the team in good field position. We got 14 points off of it. We had penalties go our way. Yes, the defense gave up plays, but that's because of poor, I repeat, poor personnel decisions.
Okay, I don't care how poor the personnel decisions are. If you playing trash, you playing trash. Like if you putting the wrong guys out there and they playing like ass, they playing like ass. Like it's simple as that. And that's how they played today. I mean, Latavius Murray was literally looking like Derrick Henry the way he was carrying our line, getting 7 yards a pop. And Alvin Kamara, they just couldn't tackle this dude. Like I haven't seen us be that bad at tackling a running back in some time. Like
Man,
that was terrible, man. Like we could not tackle him at all.
Latavius Murray always does that. He did it when he was on the Vikings.
Oh yeah, that's true.
when he was on the Vikings, he used to run right through us. People like looking like little giants dragging on their jersey.
So I'm moving on to the next question. Should this be the nail in the coffin for Matt Patricia? I'm not subscribing to the don't fire him right now. Yeah, no. Fire him now.
Talking about Luke.
Like he's on that tripping. But we gonna start with you, right or wrong, man. Should this be the nail in the coffin?
I mean, the nail was in the coffin long before this game. This game does not change anything.
Speak.
I mean, you can't be a defensive guru. You cannot be a defensive genius and have the worst defense in the NFL. If that happens, I don't care if it's your first year. I don't care if it's your 10th. You're fired. You're gone. And, that's what happened to the Lions last year. And, after last year is when they should have fired him. As soon as that Week 17 game concluded, they should have called up Matt Patricia and said, all right, thank you for everything you've done. Get out. Don't come back. We'll mail you your stuff. Don't even come back to the facility. And they did it, and they kept Matt Patricia one more year, and we are seeing the consequences of it right now. The Lions are 1-3, and they look really bad. Really bad.
What's your thoughts on this, Jim?
I think that the only person out there that can be as bad at his job and still keep it is the weatherman. This is awful. Absolutely awful. And I think that Patricia and Quinn both need to go immediately. As long as we keep standing for the losing, it's still going to continue. I think that it needs to be over now. I mean, you can't, right or wrong, said it best. You cannot have the worst defense, that I've seen in a long time and be a defensive guy. It just makes no sense. He's not getting the most out of his players. I don't know. He has to go.
Dude, I bet you if I look up right now our 0-16 team and see what they were ranked in rush defense, who you think will be ranked higher? I guarantee you they ranked in the worst rush defense. And the worst thing about his defense is just like every year they switch. So this year we're gonna be the worst pass defense. And they had that one fluke defense with Snacks, and then next year we're gonna be the worst rush defense. It's just very terrible.
Right.
I think. Obviously, right or wrong is right. The nail was always in the coffin, but we got to keep it 100. Sheila pulled up to his house and was like, "You lose to Arizona, you fired." So he beat Arizona, so the nail was out of the coffin. But now the nail should be not in the coffin. It should be, put into the coffin with a couple anchors and 2,000 more nails.
Right.
I'm just saying, Patricia should be done. He needs to go immediately. The team just needs a breath of fresh air. I feel like the team feels like they have to play under a certain amount of pressure because of their coach. And it is what it is, man. But OMG, man, what's your thoughts on this?
I've been in my head thinking so much stuff. I need you to repeat the question because I've been should this
loss be the nail in the coffin for Patricia?
Yeah, because, and then this is why I disagree with Luke, is because Sheila this is her first year as an owner. You got to send a message right out the rip, right out the gate. It ain't good enough. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. You got to send a message because people are saying we the SOL, we the same old line. Well, prove you not. Don't let this mediocrity reign. We don't need to see it no longer. We 1-3. We blew 4 leads. You know what I'm saying? And the defense has played worse and worse and worse every game. So it's over. Blow it up. It's over. There's no need to why you want to take it into 8 games so we can win 2 of them and lose draft stock? Nah, man. Like, no, just lose, go. Like, we don't need to for him to go out through the season and then all of a sudden we 7-9 or we 6-10 or we 5-11 and the worst team in the league is 2-14 and the second worst team is 3-13. I'm just saying, man, look, we should be playing right now for draft position. There's no reason to hang on to it no more because it's not going to change because it's the same defense. He's the only one who knows how to engineer that defense that he got. You know what I'm saying? So if he's going to be gone, then just, you know what I'm saying? Just scrap it, man. Just scrap it. I don't know why people are so scared to scrap it and start over. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like,
you know me. What did I tell y'all after the first game? If you want to salvage the season, fire him now. And I got all this pushback. No, we got to give him more time. And I kept telling y'all, more time with what? More time so we can go 2-5. Like, I can literally, regardless of whether we disagree, I can see us winning the next 2 games. And all the Lions fans will come back. See, Patricia, he's back. And then watch we lose the next 2 games, even though they're against trash teams as well. And then we'll be 3-5 or 2-5. Or 3-6, looking stupid when you could have just cut bait after week 1. But it is what it is, man.
That's Luke, just what I don't want.
Hey, man, we should have cut bait after week 1. We should have cut bait after week 1. To me, that was his last chance to prove if he, ever was gonna prove anything. It was week 1. But what's your thoughts on this, Luke?
The nail was in the coffin after the first season for me. I thought we should have did the same thing the Cardinals did with Steve Wilkes and fire him right at the end of the season. Like I saw every bit of BS that I could not take. And then I said, you know what? He went out, he hired Darrell Bevel. I said, yeah, all right, cool. Darrell Bevel gonna give him a little bit of hope. We're gonna do this. Then I saw all the moves they was making. I said, okay, we playing for the run. And then the first game come out and we get up big time. And I told you I wanted to see us blow out the Arizona Cardinals. And if we don't, it's a problem. We get up big time and what we do, blow that lead, go into overtime and tie the game. And at that point, I was completely checked out. I was flat out like, he got to go. I was told he need more time. Good coaches need 3 years. Blah, 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 blah. La, 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 la. So final nail in the coffin, none of them been in that coffin for me. For me, when he lost two opening weeks against rookie coaches and quarterbacks. Like, that's just how I look at it. And then the other part of it is this. This is my thing, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, I disagree with Luke about getting rid of the quarterback. Getting rid of Matt Patricia right now." Watch this. Just watch this. We finna find out y'all resolve and how strong it is. That's how we do fire Matt Patricia. Who you think is gonna be the next head coach? Darrell Bevel? Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah, or interim head coach.
Right, but you expect that to be Darrell Bevel, right? If Darrell Bevel goes off and win, say, 6 or 7 games, would you be okay if the Detroit Lions kept him as a head coach? Just yes or no? Starting with you, J-Mo.
No.
OMG, would you be okay if they kept him as a head coach?
Nope.
Ryder, would you be okay if they kept Darrell Bevel as a head coach if he wins 7 games?
Absolutely not.
All right, let's keep going. Jim, would you be okay if they kept him as a head coach?
No.
Drew, would you be okay if they kept Darrell Bevel as a head coach if he goes on like a 7-game win streak and just rattle off wins?
Nope.
All right. So everybody said no. So here's my question to you. If you're telling me that you don't even want this guy that's as offensive coordinator to be your head coach and we fire him, and I'm telling you, this could happen, and the Lions history shows the last coach who did that was Wayne Fontes. They made him and kept him as the head coach. And I'm just pointing out to you that if you want to do this, be prepared for what you're asking for. You fire him now.
But that's just what you think. You just think that they're going to retain him. I don't think Sheila's going to do that. I think Sheila's going to replace Darrell Bevel with Patricia, and regardless of unless Bevel goes out and wins the division or something ridiculous, like 7-9, he's going to be gone. Like, they're not going to keep Darrell Bevel. They're going to move on.
Listen. You got to understand something. This is a result-based league. The Lions would look at it and say, "Yeah, listen. Even if they go 7-9, they will say that 6 of those wins came from Darrell Bevel. Like he didn't. It wasn't
buying
like
it. I'm not
Okay,
buying that they keep
okay.
Daryl Bevell if we not going over 500.
Okay.
Like, no way.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all got to pay attention. The Lions have been repeating the same history over and over, and nobody wants to pay attention to it. But I'm not going to ignore it. I'm telling you right now. If they fire him right now, Daryl
They
Bevell will end
still
up
got a
being our
bad
head coach.
defense. They're still going
No.
to have a bad defense. I don't see how they win 7 games with that
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah. Me either.
Okay.
He called the
Okay.
defense. I mean,
Okay. You got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind if everything right now is going through what Patricia wants in his scheme and what he wants and how he wants to have his team image be, then that's one thing. Daryl Bevell ain't finna follow the Matt Patricia team image. He don't like the Matt. He's gonna follow the Minnesota Vikings, Seattle Seahawks. They all listen. Today's game, they were playing 4-3 defense. They're already transitioning low key over to 4-3. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
All right,
I don't think
Drew,
they're the personnel.
Well, no, I think we do because we have a versatile defense. Our defense can literally play. Our players can play in any defense. It's just about
They
being
play
good
it all badly, but
I mean, like I said, it's
Yeah.
about being good at it. And they only play it all badly because the scheme is terrible. But Drew, man, is this the nail in the coffin for Patricia?
Better be, or else I'm not going to be a happy camper. I just don't know how much more we can put up with it. You know, year one, I gave him a pass because I'm like, all right, new head coach. He doesn't know the players yet, doesn't have his people. But year two comes in, signs a lot more New England fellows, gets a lot more of his guys, trades away the people that he doesn't want here. And, you know, I'm like, all right, here we go. We got too much talent not to do it. But, you know, after last year, after that disaster, I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. And I this is the first year in my entire life being a Lions fan where I was not optimistic or positive about this team at all. I knew this was going to be the outcome just because of what I have seen from Matt Patricia. And I have been here for 20 some years watching this team now. And this is like the least of it. I watched this team go 0-16. I was more optimistic and positive about this team than I am right now. I just can't see how people can defend him. And if I'm an owner at all, why do I want this? I see the fans are mad. Lions fans are like some of the most loyal fans you'll ever meet. We've been through it all. But it's to the point where even the guys who wanted to keep Patricia are hopping off of that and want this man gone. I just don't see how you can keep losing games under this prestigious 9-7 is not good enough. We want this guy to come in here and make us better than that. This was a must-win game, a very winnable game, and you just let the Saints torch you. Couldn't stop them offensively or defensively. Had a bunch of bad stints. If this is supposed to be the guy who's supposed to be a defensive guru, you're not allowed to give up that many points. You're not allowed to let backups kill you like that week in and week out. It's ridiculous. I can't tell you how many times we have watched this team lose to bad teams and compete with the good ones. It's to the point where I'm done. Like, I don't want to watch the Lions play anymore.
I think, honestly, like, regardless of that, I think it's much worse, like watching us blow all these leads. Because I know you said, I don't know if I agree with you, saying the 0-16 season was better to watch, but at least that during that season.
I was more positive and optimistic
I'm saying,
about
like,
that
whatever
game.
you saying, I don't know if I agree with that like, at all. Like, because during that season, once I seen Dano running back in the end zone, I knew we weren't going to win the game. But the team, they don't have no heart. But so I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to find something, because I'm gonna ask you guys something that works for both teams. And I remember I brought up the Cowgirls earlier, so I'm gonna just ask the panel. So should we try to do a trade with the Cowboys? Obviously we got to get Dak Prescott back, but send Matthew Stafford back home and see if that's something that we can do. And I want to run that by y'all, and I want to see what y'all think about that. I don't know what the package would be, but I'm just trying to figure out if the Lions would move on. What would I be happy with? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm not trying to give them to some team and just get draft picks back. No, I want a quarterback that I know can at least be all right while I try to rebuild my football team. We got weapons over here. And Jerry Jones would salivate on Matthew Stafford, his next Tony Romo. So I'm just trying to figure out, if that's something that's possible, because when a lot of Lions fans trade Stafford, blow it up, all of it, well, what is actually realistic, though? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think the Dallas Cowboys is realistic only because Jerry Jones would take Matthew Stafford. Trust me and believe that. So that's the only, and you know, Jerry Jones will knock down the barriers for that. But we gonna start there. OMG, man. What do you think about that?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
No, you was talking about. I
Okay.
hyped you up, man. Let's go. Oh, before that,
No,
we got
because
70
this.
people in the chat and only 26 likes. Make sure you guys get the likes up, y'all.
Hey, y'all better hit that like button, man. For real. Hit that like button and stop playing around. Don't hesitate. Just hit it. Stop playing. Anyways, this is the same situation. Same scenario I brought up to my dad. I brought to my dad earlier this year. Be like when we was quarantining. I brought this up to him. All right. You know what he said to me? He said to me, "Man, y'all can keep Matt Stafford. I don't want Matt Stafford." That's what he literally said to me. Like, and my dad is a football player. I mean, he's a football person. Like, he knows football. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, y'all can keep him. And and I was like, man, we'll take Dak. You know what I'm saying? And I proposed this situation, and he declined. Okay. So what I would say to that is we not gonna get what we all think we should get for Matt Stafford, because right now Dak Prescott has a little bit of leverage on Matt Stafford just at the fact that he's younger. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna give away like draft picks and all this for an older quarterback, for a younger quarterback with a winning record as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not getting like Dak Prescott the bum, and he ain't been like, yeah, he's leaned on Ezekiel Elliott, but he's a winning quarterback. So you're trading, you would be trading a winning quarterback for a losing quarterback. No matter the skill set, no matter. No, I'm saying no matter the skill set, the fact of the matter is,
like, QB wins
Dak
ain't a
Prescott,
stat, bro. Like, he only a winning quarterback because of that squad.
No, it is a stat. It is a stat.
No,
Because
it's
that's
not.
what
Look
make
at
Hall
the
of
Cowboys
Famers.
right now. What is he winning, bro? Like,
I know,
what did
but
they
I'm
win
just saying.
last
I'm
year?
just saying.
Without Zeke playing out of his mind in that O-line, the Cowboys
I understand that. But I'm talking about chips and bargaining chips. Jerry Jones is gonna be like, look, I'm not gonna give you all you think you're gonna get for my quarterback with a winning record, for your quarterback with a losing record and a broken back. Like, I'm not doing all of that.
I'm gonna be like, good luck with Dak in that 40 mil.
Like the only right. No, I feel you on that. But the only like options for him are not Dallas. If we trying to get like the longest yard for it, then Dallas Cowboys is not gonna give it to us. Like,
I remember Luke said something like, we gonna get a second or third for Stafford, and if that happens, I'm not trading him. Like, to me, that's
I mean,
like
the only team
he only worth a third and a second to a desperate team.
Thank you. He's not worth the first. You cannot.
I would never
the
do
Lions fans is not being realistic. Nobody is going to give you a first-round draft pick for a quarterback with a losing record and has had a broken back the last 2 years. They're not going to do it. He has great arm talent. You know what I'm saying? But you are not going to give up no first-round pick, no multiple picks for a quarterback on his 12th year with broken back in year 10 and 11. You're just not going to do it.
Can I say something just to be devil advocate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Devil's advocate. Didn't the Minnesota Vikings give up a first and a fourth a few years ago for Sam Bradford?
Yes.
Yeah, because like,
who's
I
better?
don't believe that.
But that's because they was
the difference is this.
He's healthy right now.
The difference is with this, that same deal that they made for Sam Bradford got them coaches fired, and that was a desperate team on the last ditch effort trying to get somebody to come in there that they thought can say they hides, and it didn't work.
Well, that's what I mean though. Desperate teams are going to give up more than. Yeah,
he's not.
They can get a first for Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford wasn't 35. Sam Bradford wasn't 35 when that trade happened.
Right.
Sam Bradford's also nowhere near as talented as Matt Stafford.
And Stafford.
Listen.
Man.
No, listen. I know he's 32, but I'm just being funny and saying that he's older. I get what you're saying, but I'm
he's not that old though. Most of the top tier quarterbacks are around his age.
Okay, listen, people. Let me just say this really quick. Let me just say this. I know we all love Matthew Stafford. Hell, I love Matthew Stafford. But we got to stop with this goddamn pipe dream belief that he just worth all this value. He ain't worth that value. I told you Slay wasn't worth that damn value. We not finna play this game of what the value is worth. He's not worth it. No team is giving up a damn first round pick when they looking at this upcoming draft that has a Trevor Lawrence, Lance, freaking Fields, and a host of other quarterbacks in it, and thinking, you know what? I'm taking my chance with Stafford. Ain't nobody doing that. This question is redundant in and of itself because there's no way in hell Dallas is taking Matthew Stafford to their team. Not happening. It makes no sense. The reality is this. The reality is this. Stafford's value is only lie in desperation. We had desperate teams who needed a quarterback before and didn't take him. Look at what New England did. They needed a quarterback bad. They waited till somebody got released, and then they just added Cam. The same thing gonna happen with a bunch of other teams. The Panthers wanted another quarterback. They waited until Teddy Bridgewater was out there. This is just the reality of what teams are doing. They're not doing this give up first round picks for quarterback, especially if you just look at this season. Who in the hell feel good about Stafford? I don't. I don't. Who in the hell feel good about him? They're gonna give up a first. He's worth a third round pick, and at best a second, and maybe some other picks if a team is truly desperate. And most teams ain't that desperate because guess what? A lot of good quarterbacks are coming out this upcoming season. So guess what? His value just went down.
If his value is a third round pick, then Lions fans, he ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you that right
look,
I bet the Steelers.
Luke, thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke. I really do appreciate you for having, for talking some sense into Lions fans because we think Stafford worth the world. He's not.
When Big Ben retires at the end of the season, and the Steelers have a late first round pick, I bet you they give up a first round pick for Matthew Stafford.
No,
I will bet you that.
No,
don't bet that, Ryder. Don't listen. Take that money and invest it in the stock market. Go buy some Krispy Kreme donuts. In a Ohana juice. Don't bet your money on that. I promise you. Because the first, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why that doesn't happen. Show me the last time they gave up a first round pick for anybody. The Steelers.
They gave up a first round pick for Minka Fitzpatrick last year.
Yep. Why though? Why?
Because their safeties were trash.
And what did he come in and do immediately?
Made that the number one defense in football.
All right. Now let's flip it over to Matthew Stafford. What the hell is he? Stafford is gonna come in and do what different than Ben Roethlisberger that they can't get in this upcoming draft? You got the Texas quarterback coming out. I'm drawing a blank on his name. You got so many. You got so many quarterbacks coming out.
A rookie coming in joining the Steelers would play better that season than Stafford would.
It's not about playing that better. Listen, it's not about playing better that season.
They can get another quarterback. If they're going to get another quarterback, it's because they believe he will be a better option. But
he is a better option. He's a better option because he doesn't cost as much. He's a better option because he has not been through any type of trauma that Stafford has been through.
Them getting Stafford is a win now move. So if the Steelers are in a mode to win the roster that they have with that defense, it's not about the future. It's about now, and that's what I think Right or Wrong is talking about. If Ben Roethlisberger retires and the Steelers have a good run this year, if that's what they wanted to do, I definitely could see them doing that.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I've never done a drug a day in my life. But this conversation right here got me wanting a blunt, a beer, and a goddamn cigarette. This is ridiculous.
Look. Can I handle this, Luke, real quick? I swear, Lions fans treat Matt Stafford like that used pair of shoes that your wife keep telling you to throw away, but you don't want to throw them away. You like, they still got some tread left on them. They still
this
good,
is crazy.
Baby.
It's crazy.
Keep them right next to the nice shoes. Keep them right next to the
Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's best value. Matthew Stafford's best value is a free agent. If he's not a free agent, his value is not as high. So if the Lions cut him, yes, he's going to have a huge market. But if you're trying to trade him and get anything above a third, you are going to play yourself, i.e.,
And like I
Darius
said,
Slay.
and he'll still be on the team. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Because I just hate that I even made this question, but I hate the Lions. But it's simple as this: the Lions failed to commit to the run today, and I feel like DeAndre Swift would have really chopped him up. But who's to blame for them not committing to the run today? I know we scored throughout the pass and stuff, but the moment you went away from running the ball and all of that stuff, the offense started getting pass happy and it went off the rails. But all right, Jim, who do you think is the blame for the Lions failing to commit to the run?
Darrell Bevel. He's the one that's calling the plays. The defense for the Saints are really good at the ends of the run. I think that what he was feeling was that he could exploit them in the pass, and it didn't work. So I think it's Darrell Bevel. Plain and simple.
All right. All right around. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's Darrell Bevel and Matt Patricia because I know Darrell Bevel runs. I know he's the guy on the offense, but good head coaches also, whether they're defensive minded, offensive minded, they have a role and they have a responsibility on both sides of the ball because they're the head coach. And I've heard multiple stories about the New England Patriots where Josh McDaniels is looking to score. He's not looking to run out the clock. He's not looking to do this. He's not looking to run the ball. And Bill Belichick has come over multiple times and said, just run the ball. We need to waste clock. We don't need to score. And that is why Bill Belichick is a great coach because he understands that. At the end of the day, if your offensive coordinator isn't doing what is right, as a head coach, you need to be able to know and you need to be able to go over to him and say, okay, run the ball more. We need to run the ball more. We need to run the ball more. So, yeah, it's on Bevel, but at the end of the day, Matt Patricia has the responsibility and he has the ability to go up to Bevel and say, run the ball more. You need to run the ball. We need to waste clock. So I think it's on both.
I just saw something that said Sheila is gonna make herself available to the media today.
Oh,
please, Sheila.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Sheila,
like Sheila,
drop the
I've
bomb.
been hyping you up.
Sheila.
drop
We've
that
been
Fire
bomb.
hyping
him!
you up.
Fire
We've
him!
been
Fire
hyping
him!
you up,
Fire
Sheila.
him!
We said you was the one, Sheila. We said you was bringing us a chip, Sheila.
See the
Come on,
truth.
Sheila. I
See
need
the
you to
truth.
do this, Sheila. Get rid of this man, please.
What time she coming on?
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
happening?
know, but
Where'd you see that
I
at?
think
Hey, can we live stream during
I
that?
was on Twitter, man, and apparently,
With me.
bruh, man, I don't know if it, man. I pray that
Uh-oh.
it's true, and I pray that she comes and talks to these people because
Uh-oh.
we need something, man.
Uh-oh.
We need something to happen. But all right, Drew, man, who are you blaming for the Lions' lack of run game?
It's the Water Boy's fault.
Commitment to the run.
It's the Water Boy's fault. He wasn't doing a good enough job of getting AP, Carry On, and Swift some swigs of water there. It's 120% on him. No, but it's Bevel's and Matt P's fault. I thought Bevel coming in here would run the ball heavy, and we've had some good games attempting to do so, but we've been way too inconsistent with it. I don't understand why we're not. All three of running backs were available tonight. Swift and Carryon only had a handful of carries. AP got 11 touches. That's going to be right around what he needs to get anyway. He's going to break some of those. He had a touchdown. He played well today, but Swift was doing really well today, and he only had a handful of carries. Unacceptable. At some point in time, I know Matt Patricia is supposed to be all defense and all this stuff, but if your offensive coordinator has something working, he keeps shying away from it. At the end of the day, the head coach needs to go to him and get your head out the dirt, commit to the run. Our defense is tired. We're getting tortured now. Right now, our best defense is milking the clock, making sure Kamara and Drew Brees are getting out of rhythm, resting up over there on the sideline. It's what we did against New England, Kansas City, the Rams. We ran the ball, dominated time of possessions, and we were in those games. I don't know why we stop it, but it's all on Bevel and it's all on Matt Patricia.
Look, I'm gonna just answer this. Yeah, Matt Patricia, yeah. Well, I'm gonna put this on Bevel for a multitude of reasons. Every matchup that we talked about in this game that we needed to use, we didn't use. So from running the football, like TJ Hawkinson had one catch and it was a touchdown catch. Daryl Bevel, I don't understand how you go away from the run after that heavy dose that we've seen last week. But it is what it is. What's your thoughts on this, Luke?
Okay. The answer, everybody got the right answer. It just is what it is. This head coach and his offensive coordinator's fault. Again, 7 carries, 25 yards. If you remove the 2 carries and 13 yards that Stafford got, that's what they had in the first half. But I'm gonna tell you why it's each one of their fault. First of all, it's the head coach's fault because of what Ryder said. He has the power to veto this stuff. But the truth is this. This guy is too much relying on analytics. And the reality of it is this. Who did the damn Saints play that you can really say was a running team? Their first game was against the Buccaneers. Are the Buccaneers a running team? Okay. Raiders the running team? That's the team that you say running. Yeah. So, okay.
Yes, that team runs the ball a lot.
Okay. Yeah. So they still did okay. The Packers did okay in running the ball against them. We should have been running the ball against them. They run defense to me seems more like a myth, like the legend or something. It's not really that dope. And if you look at our rushing in this game by itself, we were able to run the ball and expect effectively. Even when they got stops on us, we were still able to break off runs and stuff. The truth is the lack of rushing comes from a lack of leadership. Everything starts at the top. And that's one of the reasons I look at it and I say, I don't think the Saints play nobody to have this great, they got a good run defense. That's baloney.
No, I actually felt the same way because if you look at the Packers game, I think they just really had a good first game against the Bucs and they padded their stats. Because you look at the next 2 games, the Packers and the Raiders, they ran on them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Pride Time B. He shout out to you, man. He says the defense got ran through more times than the Kardashians. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
But the problem is this. The problem is this.
No, I wanted to say, Pride Time. Let me know where you saw that about Sheila, because we need to know when the interview is dropping, so we can see her firing them live, man. Let me know.
Right.
Yeah, I think the problem what you saw with the defense is this, and I'm telling everybody they can say what they want. Oh, Jared Davis is garbage, and Jared Davis is this, blah 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 blah. Go and look at that damn defense and look at those runs. Our defense doesn't have speed. Who's the fastest guy on our defense? It used to be Agnew. Now who's the fastest guy on our defense? Jelani Tavai. Every week I see Jelani Tavai a minute. What is it? $1 short and a minute late. Every time. He's just reaching out. Reach out and touch somebody's ass. Something. Every time I look up, this man is coming up short on getting in position. You know who ain't coming up short on that like that? Who will at least got enough speed to get there? Jared Davis. Where was Jamie Collins at? He went full a-hole against the Cardinals. All of a sudden against this team, nope, can't shake a block, can't do this, can't do that. That lackluster play again, coming out. This is the reality of why they ran the ball on us. The D tackles, I don't understand why we wasn't using Penicillin more. Like, was he hurt? Did I miss something? Man, I saw
that too.
Man. Like I saw a whole lot of Romeo Okor, I saw a whole lot of Shelton, and I saw a whole lot of Trey and a whole lot of Hand. Where was Penicillin? Penicillin, whatever his damn name is, he was balling for the last couple of weeks that he got in. But bring me to my next point. When is our third round pick gonna do something? Did anybody see Julian Okor today?
Mm-hmm. I did. He was on special teams. I seen him once.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
I will say Julian Okwara did get a pressure on that Ragland sack. He was right behind Reggie Ragland on that sack.
Okay.
Other than that, I didn't see him anything.
I'm gonna ask you again. You said he got pressure, right? He got pressure in the other game against Kyler Murray too. Listen, people. He's brought here to do what Devin Kennard was doing. You can't tell me that Devin Kennard wouldn't have made better sense for this team versus Christian Jones. Like what was like Julian?
Bro, our defense would be so much better if you just replace him with Christian Jones, dog. Like,
No, how about you just put in your talented players? I can literally make a full video, y'all, showing y'all with Jared Davis on certain rundowns. Like just like the difference in how it looked. The running backs were having to bounce it out because they're like, oh snap, he right there. When he was out the game, they just went straight at the gut. It was, I'm telling you.
No, it's crazy. But look, I'm gonna do one more question, and then we'll take questions in the chat. And I'm looking on Twitter. I'm talking to people. We still got the optimistic people, like I told y'all. So this question comes from them, man. Looking at the seemingly easy schedule because you know the Lions are basically facing the Lions for the next 7 weeks. So of course that's an easy schedule. So looking at the seemingly easy schedule, can the Lions bounce back after the bye week? All right, we're gonna start with you, right or wrong.
I mean, they can, and they are gonna win some of those games. They'll probably win, 4 of those games, maybe. But at this point, I almost don't want them to. At this point, you're playing for draft position. At this point, you're not gonna win any of the good teams. You're not gonna beat anybody that's a good football team. So at this point, I mean, just play for draft stock at this point. Win a couple games. Like, you just can't. You can. I don't know how long Lions fans are going to use the excuse, "Oh, we were close." Like, that's not good enough. Oh, we were close against the Saints. Oh, we were close against all these teams last year. Close isn't good enough. And I think that the Patricia experiment is over. I think the Bob Quinn experiment is over. And at this point, you just gotta, as a team, as an organization, you gotta play for draft position and put your next GM, put your next coach in the best possible situation to start their 10 years. And are they gonna win a couple of those games? Yeah, but it's not gonna matter. It's just at the end of the season, it won't matter.
We got JT Sports with a super chat because I was very confident that if our team wasn't sucky, but Patricia is terrible. But I told you if our defense was trash, we wasn't gonna do nothing, man.
But JT out cold. JT wanted you to know and remind you of what you said, and then
I didn't say we was going 11-5. I didn't say that. I just said I thought we would make the playoffs if our defense was.
I could have sworn when we did our prediction for the record, you said 11-5. You said 10-6, 11-5.
I said 10-6. That was the actual prediction. But I always tell you, man, if we run the football and the defense not trash, but obviously,
and he listen. Shout out to JT. JT still dropping. JT like I'm gonna give y'all some money because I know you mad, but we gonna help you. This is listen, JT. Listen,
hey, JT
I thought he had his guys too.
I never said he had all.
I thought he had his guys.
I never said Patricia was the reason
he got them all. He got them all.
Yeah, shout out to him though. He definitely got them all, man. If you guys are subscribed to JT Sports, make sure you guys subscribe. He covers all of the teams. Won't be covering us a lot because we suck. But the rest of the teams, man, you'll see them out there. But all right, Jim, I don't think I got to you. What's your thoughts on this? After the bye week, will the Lions lying and try to bounce back?
They could, and I'm with right or wrong. I don't want them to. You know what? It is what it is, and I'm just sick and tired of Matt Patricia right now. I just can't stand the guy anymore. I didn't like him before, and now it's just worse. I mean, how many losses can you possibly take when you have a double-digit lead? It blows my mind how bad this is.
I'm praying that Sheila is listening. Sheila, I'm begging you with my soul, just get rid of the man. And this is my main reason to get rid of Patricia. Whoever replace him can't be any worse. And guess what? If they are any worse, then we get a high pick that all these people want. Win-win, right?
Right.
OMG. I mean, we play the Jaguars and the Falcons next. Like, if you were to name teams worse than the Lions, those are probably like the two only teams that people would talk about. So, they could bounce back. But what do you think is gonna happen?
Oh man, I don't want us to win another game at all. Like you don't even know. Like my mind. I don't, and I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you the reason why first. I don't want to win another game, so I don't want to give people false hope. And the same false hope that we've been having for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? A false hope of winning the game, and we could almost do this, and we could almost like cut it, man. Just cut it. It's time to start over. Stop being scary. Start over. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want them to win another game because I want one of the top 3 quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Preferably Lawrence or Fields. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to get like pick number 9 or 10 and then all 3 of them guys are gone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want us to win no more games this year. I want us to go 1 and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to draw, tie, come kind of close. I don't want us to come back from 35 points and have the best comeback in football history. I don't want none of that. I want us to be sorry, get this draft right, get the new people in office. I want the new GM, the new head coach to start off right. And that's with the best quarterback in the draft possible. And I want us to go ahead and have somebody build this team. And I'm talking to you, Jim Harbaugh. Please come on. Come on, Jim. Come on,
y'all,
Jim.
y'all already know Jim Harbaugh is number 1 on my list. You know you want to come back to football and you stay close to home. Michigan fans are gonna be mad at you because we don't want you. So Jim Harbaugh, just come on down the road and save us, please. Because please.
Come on. Sheila give you a little bit of GM action too. Come on, man.
Yeah,
we need you.
Drew, man, what's your thoughts on this?
What was the question?
Our schedule is actually easy coming up. We play the Jaguars in Atlanta. Will the Lions bounce back after the bye week?
As long as Patricia's here, no. I think it's to the point where the locker room does not want to play for him. These guys they don't show heart out there. They don't show the extra effort they need to. And missed tackles is part of that. Bad organizations, bad coaching, all that stuff leads to missed tackling. That's pretty day one stuff. If you guys ever played Little League or in school, high school, college, whatever, if you miss tackles, what are you doing next practice? You're running. It's just as simple as that. I think that if Patricia's gone, there's a possibility that we win that game against Atlanta and Jacksonville. If he's here, this will probably be the first game this year Atlanta does not blow a lead. I'm being dead serious. Jacksonville.
No, I'm not buying that, but go ahead.
I mean, I just don't see how we can beat anyone. Everyone else looks way better than us. I mean, it's simple and plain.
I mean, the Saints. I feel like the Saints are just better than us, but
they didn't have they didn't have a lot of weapons, and we couldn't stop them. I mean, if Mike Thomas is out there, maybe I'll let you have that one. But
they scored 30 on the Packers last week, so the Saints are they're the Saints, man. So
yeah,
I just think that's a little bit different.
You let Emmanuel Sanders torch you.
Emmanuel Sanders is pretty good.
Yeah, 5 years ago. But
yeah, Emmanuel Sanders is supposed to be Super Bowl MVP with a touchdown pass, but Jimmy G can't throw the deep ball. So, come on, that was against that 49ers defense.
It's still unexcusable. I don't care. It's to the point where if we're playing against the best team in the NFL, we're gonna hang high and go toe to toe with them. But then we'll play Cleveland and we'll make Baker Mayfield look like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and all this other stuff. It's over. I don't think that we have too many more winnable games. Those two are definitely it. But they might split. They might go 1-1 during those 2 games. I don't really call that turning it around after the bye week.
Okay. Let's see. Looking for questions in the chat, y'all. Make sure you guys drop your questions. But I'll put it like this: I don't care. I don't care how many games we win. I already told y'all after week 1 we needed to win the next 3 games for them to show me something. Well, we only won 1. So, and I don't care if they win the next 3 or 4 games, because I know at some time when we need it the most, they're gonna fold. because Patricia is the head coach. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna be smooth today because it's a win-win. You know, Lions fans don't feel that way, but if we win, then we win, and if we lose, Patricia's gone. So how is it not a win? But and I'm praying and I'm just waiting for Sheila to drop that you fired video. Man, please,
Boy,
man.
Drop that
you
bomb
don't
on
want
the
that.
flex.
You don't
That's
want that.
exactly what I want, man.
Yeah,
You don't want that. Listen, you don't want her to fire him right now because the minute
I
no,
want
listen,
You the
listen,
only
the
person
minute
that don't want that.
the
Luke.
minute listen, I was on board for getting rid of him last year after the first year. My thing is this. You look at this schedule. First of all, I don't know where y'all get this idea that they got a more favorable schedule coming up. Hell, the Jacksonville Jaguars ain't no slouch. And the Falcons, they putting up 30 points a game. So
And
you know, we're
blowing
gonna be in the
leads like
shooter.
we do.
They are blowing leads,
man. Like, we not gonna act like
but
Jacksonville and the Falcons is something special. Stop it.
listen. You're talking about something special. I'm talking about the reality. Jacksonville has played a lot of games and played them tough and won games that I never thought they would win. And I feel you. But hear me out first. There's been a number of different games where I look at it and I go, okay, so we got what? Jacksonville, we got the Colts. I mean, where does the easy part come in at? Then we got I think we got the Vikings after that, I think. Then you got Washington. Like, man, listen, ain't none of these games easy. My thing is this.
That sounds like a bunch of easy games for a Lions team without Matt Patricia on it.
Okay, yeah. That's say you after they just gave up 30-something points to a team with half the starters out on they. You right. That sounds real easy.
Hey, Arizona was more loaded. They gave up less points.
Okay, Luke.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening.
Are the Lions going to win if we fire Matt Patricia?
Would they win? I think they'll win some of those games. Yes, I think we would if they fired Matt Patricia.
But how many games do you think we win if we fire Matt Patricia today?
If we fire Matt Patricia today, I can see us beating 2, 3, 4, maybe 5.
So you think if Darrell Bevell wins 5 out of the next 11 games or 12 games, you think that he stays head coach?
Yeah, because they'll argue that it was 3 years. They'll argue that it was 3 years of Patricia's team and he's just an interim. That's what they'll argue.
Okay,
that's exactly what they'll argue.
I disagree,
I
but
I disagree with that. There's no way they're keeping Darrell Bevell. He don't have a winning record.
Okay.
Like now, if he have a winning record, then I could see it. But if he don't have a winning record, no.
Listen, if you're telling me that he ends up, because you got to keep in mind, if you think that these are easier games, these are the only teams he got to beat. He really just got to get past. Once he get past the Jacksonville Jaguars and he get past the Falcons, he need a convincing win against the Colts. He need a convincing win against Minnesota. He beat Minnesota, he automatically keeping his job because we ain't beat Minnesota since Patricia's been here. So then we got another game against the Bears. He win that game against the Bears. They go another one in division. They gonna want to keep him. We got a game against the Packers. It's just certain games he got to win to keep his job. I don't think he got to be amazing to keep his job. I mean, hell, they said Patricia went 9-22, and they told him he just had to be a playoff contender, not in the playoff, but a playoff contender, and he can keep his job. So what in the hell? What's the standard gonna be for Darrell Bevell?
Yeah, but I don't think they're expecting Darrell Bevell to be the guy. They're just like, we got to get rid of Patricia. We're just throwing you in there because we got to get rid of him. And I think the Lions would know that. They're not expecting Darrell Bevell. I don't think they're expecting him to turn the season around. So no matter how many games he wins, unless he has a winning record, like I hate to say it, but if he have a winning record, they'll probably keep him. But if he don't have a winning record, I don't think it's gonna matter because they'll be like, we weren't expecting you to do anything in the first place. Like,
right, but that's my point, J-Mo. That's my point, J-Mo. That's my point.
Sheila is making a stand. If you getting rid of him now, Sheila's making a stand. She's not.
That's my point, J-Mo. The expectations for Darrell Bevell is not the same.
I'm saying she's gonna clean house. She's gonna get rid of Darrell Bevell, Corey Underland, all of them.
But if Darrell Bevell win the right games and he wins enough games.
No.
Okay.
If he don't have a winning record, there's no way.
Okay. So let's say he do get a winning record. If we let's say he go by and he do get a winning record, because y'all say the schedule easy. Let's say they fire him today, he gets the bye week, he come out, they beat Jacksonville, they beat the Colts, they beat the Falcons, they lose to the Vikings, they beat the Washington Redskins, beat the Packers, beat the Bears. You think they gonna fire him?
We'll have to see.
Okay.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys drop the questions because I'm about to wrap it up. And unless somebody, anybody has anything else to say or Patricia rant, you can go ahead. But it's not much to say, man. We know we the Lions. That's why I say go into every game, just watch the game. Because that's how it is, man. But yeah. All right, guys. I'll do final thoughts now. OMG, final thoughts for today, man.
Fire Patricia. Fire Quinn. Trade Matt Stafford. And start anew. There's no more time for him and Han and trying this out and giving him this leeway and allowing this and excusing this. And look, man, that shit is done. Fire everybody, trade Stafford, start anew, let the new people come in here and have a clean slate and let them not have any excuses of having, have to have this player, have to have that player. Allow them the ability to wipe the slate clean and start anew. Jim Harbaugh, holla at me.
All right, Drew, final thoughts, man.
This is just more proof that the New England way doesn't translate. What's special about that is Bill Belichick. I just hope when Patricia is fired, we stay away from that. We don't try to go sign somebody else from New England. We'll get someone totally original that wants to establish their own way and be organic. Positive note, NFL draft coming or NHL draft coming up. Tigers suck. Pistons basketball will be back in a couple months. So just hang tight, Detroit fans. We got some positive stuff coming your way, hopefully. But make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and that's all I got for you guys today.
Okay, right around final thoughts, man.
Fire Patricia, fire Bob Quinn. I just at this point in the season, I don't think it's worth it to win at this point. I was all for it. If we were 2-2 today instead of 1-3, maybe I would be a little bit more optimistic. But at this point, as a Lions fan, I'll take what I can get. I'll take the good plays. I'll appreciate the good plays. I'll appreciate the fun plays that put up points. I'll appreciate the turnovers. But at this point, I'm not stressing too much more about the Detroit Lions. I think the season's over. If you can only win one game in your first month of football, you're not a good football team. And at this point, I'll take the good plays, and I will just kind of go with the flow on the bad plays. So,
well, Ryder, it's something I do want to correct you. The season is only over because we had Matt Patricia.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Jim Caldwell, who was an average coach, I wouldn't even call him good. We started off 1-3, and Caldwell turned us into a monster. We know how that season ended, but obviously the season.
We don't got Jim Caldwell. We got Matt Patricia.
Yeah, man, we don't got Jim Caldwell, and but it is what it is, man. It's all good. But all right, man. Like I said, I don't got much to say. I would say pay Kenny Golladay, but do I want to curse him with this franchise? Yes, still pay him anyway. But at the end of the day, man, the Lions are going to be the Lions, man. If you want to have an AFC team, I welcome you to. If you want to have the Lions, I feel bad for you because it's hard out here. I knew when Jim picked the Saints, that's when I knew it just went off. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like when he picked the Saints, when he picked the Lions, I think, right, Jim?
Yeah.
When you picked the Lions, I was like, whoa, really?
Yeah. That was my bad.
That's what I was like.
That was my bad.
Oh my goodness, man. Did you do your final thoughts, Jim?
No.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Fire them all. And I was never in favor of trading Stafford until this game. And based on I think this year, because I think that he just needs a change of scenery. He looks beat down to me. I think we need to get him out of here for him, not us. The next person that comes into here, let's get rid of the Patriot way, the Saints way, everyone else's way. We need to build our own identity, hardworking Detroit identity here, good defense, maybe a good running game, something like that. Just pound your opponent. I think we really do need to get back to the hard hat type of a work ethic like the Pistons did. The Pistons had an identity, and both of their championship runs. We need an identity in Detroit, and it doesn't need to be everyone else's identity. It needs to be ours.
Okay, so Shad says we giving up after 4 games. Shad.
Yes.
Shad. I won't even say we giving up after 4 games. What I'm saying is we're not making the playoffs, and if we didn't make the playoffs, I don't care. I don't care if we 8-8. I don't care.
Did you watch those 4 games?
I don't care if we 9-7 and we miss the playoffs. Because if we 9-7, I guarantee you the Saints or I guarantee you we 9-7. The Saints got us on a wild card if they don't win their division. Guess what? So guess what? We still ain't gonna make it. And then the AFC, the NFC West probably gonna have 3 playoff teams. So when I'm looking at that, we not making the playoffs, Shad. Like we could end up 8-8. I don't give a damn. We not making the playoffs. We not winning the division, and that's what I think we're most upset about. Like, yeah, Lou, we could win the next 4 games. I don't care unless we making the playoffs or winning the division. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think that it's a matter. Like me, I'm not giving up. I'm never gonna root for my team to lose. It's not gonna happen.
No, I'm not rooting for us to lose, but I know we ain't making the playoffs.
But to put it in perspective, if this team don't make the playoffs when they've added a 7th team, I don't know how much lower you can get.
I generally believe that y'all hate me saying I think the Lions could end up with a winning record still, but we not making the playoffs, dog. Because I'm telling you, whether it's the Saints or whether we lose some random game to some team, it's gonna be some team. Maybe it was this game that we not gonna lose, and we gonna lose off tiebreakers. This is not a playoff team. Like I just don't. And if that's the case, who cares about the season? You know what I'm saying? Like I'll watch, but we ain't making the playoffs. Who cares? Like the greatest thing that can happen this year is give me that Matt Patricia fired sleep, because that's gonna hit different. Man, just give me that type of sleep, man. That's gonna hit like a blunt, man. I'm telling you. But all right, I'm telling you, man, that's gonna hit like the big deal.
That's grade A right there.
Hey, see, I had to keep it clean. I had to go to blunt route. There's other things that can hit when the sleep as well. But all right, man. Luke, final thoughts. Okay. I guess he's not available. I'm gonna give him a second and see, but
he's gone.
He
left the building.
Well, he's so frustrated.
Hey man, I was gonna say he's like, man, I can't deal with this no more, y'all.
No more positive quotes. He's done.
Look, I'm gonna give him a positive quote. Matt Patricia's fired. Like
that is a positive quote.
No, the quote is if you fire Matt Patricia, you win football games. Said by 313 J-Mo. So if that happens, we're gonna win. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys like the video. Shout out to all the super chats. Shout out to all the Lions fans out here struggling. Let's hope they can at least win some games. So 8-8 is better than losing. But at the end of the day, if you ain't making the playoffs, then what are you doing? But it looks like Luke is back, man. You back,
dude? Yeah, my internet dropped their signal. My internet went on a quick maintenance. Listen, I want to thank everybody for coming. I know y'all come here to hear us talk about this game, to talk about what's going on with the game and how the game is going to be. So we appreciate that. And I like to end every show with a positive vibe. Today's positive quote comes from me, and it is respect the journey. Everything you do in life process. The journey is no way the fruits of your labor when you're sitting there to yourself. It took me so long of it. People that been to all these fine gentlemen, wonderful YouTube channels, great content, and I'm not just saying that because I rock with anybody who does anything phenomenal, and they are phenomenal people. And if you have not already hit that like button, if you did it already, give me the chat And then keep in mind, people, this is the most important part. Keep in mind, be kind to one another. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
All right, guys, we out.
Yep, we out.